I'm John Ulrich, and this is the Highlighter with Improv Applied. The fundamental rule of improv is yes and, which requires improvisers to be present, listening closely, and accepting and building on each other's ideas. All skills that are also really helpful in organizations and teams. Here's an exercise that works all those muscles and is also a lot of fun. It's called Yes and Venture. Here's how it works. First, find a friend and figure out which one of you is going to be person A and which is going to be person B. Okay? Great. Person A is going to make a statement that starts with, hey, remember that time we, and then fill in the blank. So make this something fun. Remember that time we took a hot air balloon ride to Paris? Or remember that time that we went diving for sunken pirate ships? It's up to you. There's no right or wrong. It doesn't need to be funny. Just what's a fun idea for you? So person B is then going to start their response with yes and is going to build on person A's initial idea. So if person A says, remember that time we went diving for sunken pirate ships? Person B might say, yes, and on the way down we encountered that great white shark. And then person A will say, yes, and we'll build on person B's idea, and we'll just go back and forth, alternating and starting our sentences with yes, and. It might look something like this.
Hey John, do you remember when we found treasure?
Yes, it was located off the coast of Antarctica.
Yes, and it was very cold there, so we had to have thermal blankets.
Yes, and our satellite phone ran out of batteries, and we were really scared for a while.
Yes, and we found a polar bear who took us to the treasure.
Yes, and when we opened the chest, which we thought was really strange because usually chests are on desert islands and not Antarctica, we realized that it wasn't gold, but diamonds.
Yes, and we gathered the diamonds, and suddenly a warmth came from them.
Yes, and it turned out they were magical diamonds with the power to teleport us home safely.
Yes, and we teleported home, and our families loved us for having diamonds.
Now, what can sometimes happen in this exercise is that we use the words yes and, but we don't actually build on the statement that came before. So for instance, if one person says, hey, you remember that time we went diving for pirate ships? And the other person says, yes, and then a meteor slammed into the earth. Yeah, you're using the words yes and, but we're not really actively listening and building on each other's ideas, right? Really try to work with the momentum of what's been created. In the workplace, organizations and teams that use yes and see incredible results. I mean, think about it. If you make a request or share an idea with someone and they not only accept it, but enthusiastically accept it and build on it, well, you're probably going to feel more validated, more connected, more collaborative. You'll probably trust them more. You'll like them more. It makes teams more flexible, more creative, more adaptable, and the list goes on. But it only works if you're present, if you're listening closely, if you're accepting each other's ideas and you're finding ways to build on each other's ideas. Give it a shot. Try yes and venture and see what adventures you create. Thanks for joining us on The Highlighter with Improv Applied.